These fans in Sittingbourne shared with Leroy Kincaide the greatest moment of his life 2 months ago when he finally became the British heavyweight champion. Tonight, as circumstances will have it, they will also share in his first title defence, but we don't know against whom.
And ladies and gentlemen, well, as a genius plans, all the pieces have fallen right into place. What is this? When I heard Johnny Moss couldn't be here today, I called the IPW management and I asked them for a title shot. And they said I could have a title shot as long as I appeared in my advertised match. So, the plan right from the get-go was to get out of that three-way match as painlessly as possible. So with no damage done to yours truly, the plan has come into effect. Don't feel bad that I fooled you. Well, feel a little bad that I fooled you, but I'm fooling smarter people than all of you. So part 2 of the plan tonight is to take that belt from you, Kincaide. Go back to the good old US of A and never come back to defend that belt. It'll go up on my mantle as a trophy for making asses out of all of you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is your main event of the evening, and it is for the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, you saw him earlier tonight by way of the United States of America. He is Jimmy Jacobs. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner in this, his first British Championship defense. He is the reigning and defending undisputed British heavyweight champion, Leroy Kincaide. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee for this bout, Mr. Steve Linsky.
I'm in absolute shock. Jimmy Jacobs has come back out here and it looks like this is going to be allowed to stand. Jacobs, he's already stolen the title belt, and if he gets his way, he says he's going to take the belt back to America with him. Is that going to be allowed to stand? I mean, I still haven't any official confirmation here that Jacobs is the officially agreed opponent, but I guess he is. No one else has come out here. Jacobs claiming he was deliberately eliminated from that three-way match earlier on. That's a little dubious, but we'll take him at his word. Anyway, Leroy Kincaide, the British heavyweight champion, as I said, making his first defence of the title. Kincaide was originally going to defend the belt in October in Swanley, but injury prevented him from doing so. Lock up to Jacobs. Jacobs is just pounding into Leroy Kincaide. Now, whether it was a deliberate plan or not, I'll say this for Jacobs, he certainly is fresh. Jacobs trying to send Kincaide for a ride, and Kincaide, look at that backdrop! Dear God, look at the sheer power of our champion. Kincaide is on top of this. Jacobs to the outside. Let's hope he can stay on top of Kincaide, because the last thing we want is for Jacobs to follow through on his pledge of winning that championship, taking it away with him. Jacobs tried to throw a chair in the ring. Slid out the other side, I think, but he's still on his way toward Leroy in and swept his feet away. They're fighting on the outside. Back inside the ring now. Jacobs choking out Kincaide. And you see him, by the way, he is taking the fight to the champion, that he's a more than qualified opponent. Jacobs a four-time tag champion in Ring of Honor. Two-time world heavyweight champion over in WXW in Germany. Wrestling for over a decade as Jacobs, and that experience showing now as he drops the elbow, goes for an early cover, and Kincaide kicked out in such force that Jacobs sent flying halfway across the ring. Jacobs sends Kincaide to the rope. Kincaide with a shoulder barge. And what a year it's been for our champion. Let's hope it continues here. Kincaide beat the best IPW has to offer on his road to becoming #1 contender for that championship. Morales beat Terry Frazier. Maybe Jacobs here, and only two for now. Kincaide, oh, he's lining Jacobs up. Maybe the spear. Jacobs moved out the way. Jacobs drops Kincaide hard on his face. There's history in so many ways. When Kincaide won that belt, Jacobs goes for the cover again, only gets two. Not only was it a personal history, the fulfillment of a personal dream for Leroy Kincaide, the first man to unify the IPW UK title and the All England Championship, which in itself had a storied 7-year history. The belt now known as the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. And Kincaide is now unquestionably the man to beat in British wrestling. Jacobs perched on the shoulders of Kincaide. His legs wrapped around. Jacobs is trying to hold on to that hold. Smashing Kincaide's face into the canvas. slapping Kincaide with his own glove. Look at this. Kincaid's not going to take it. Kincaide is not going to take that from this visiting star, Jimmy Jacobs from the United States of America. Kincaide with the flying forearm. Jacobs holding his eye. Kincaide picks him up. Now we'll see the power of the champion. A fall-away slam. Lifted Jacobs above his head like he weighed nothing. Kincaide holds up Jacobs. The blood rushing to the head. Jacobs trying to escape, wriggling those legs. But what comes up must go down. Jacobs went down, and Jacobs may be out, but he kicks out on two again. And one of the things that's changed about Kincaide is he's found a way to keep that fiery temper, that aggression that's in the way it's brought into the dance as he flies over the top rope, but sometimes he used to let that aggression get out of control. The one thing that allowed him to win the belt back in September was that despite the face of extreme provocation from then champion Alex Shane, Kincaide was able to keep his cool eventually, though he threatened to boil over a couple of times. He eventually kept his cool long enough to hit that trademark spear, and then followed the 3 seconds that Leroy Kincaide had been waiting for his entire career since he was a boy. He doesn't want to throw it away now. He needs to beat Jimmy Jacobs here in Sittingbourne. They are brawling around the ringside area.
Hey, come on, you guys.
They're over in the corner now.
Come on.
Jacobs is up high. Jacobs.
Bring it back in the ring.
He dropped the elbow onto Kincaide. Both men are hurt. Kincaide is fighting back as they head back towards the ring. Kincaide with those chops. Those front row fans are getting a real close-up view of the action now. Jacobs has been forcefully given a seat here. Kincaide pounding into the face below. I think Jacobs moved, and Kincaide, I think he went head first into the chair. Well, Jacobs is punching Kincaide, and that looks to me very much like a closed fist, which is illegal, incidentally. This is the same referee, Steve Linsky, who dramatically lost control of the tag title match a few moments ago. I've got a lot of time, a lot of respect for Linsky, but he's been very lenient tonight. Jacobs has that chair. Jacobs has the chair. Well, I don't know what he's thinking. He's in plain view of the referee. Chair is in the ring, and Linsky was trying to move it out. Jacobs has picked it up, and Linsky's allowed him to do it. Get that chair out of there. Jacobs uses the chair as a launch pad. Jacobs will go for the cover. Technically, Jacobs didn't do anything worthy of a disqualification. He didn't use the chair as a weapon, although he did certainly use it as a prop, so to speak. Jacobs goes for the ropes. Kincaide catches him and drops him hard on his face. And Kincaide, what's he planning here? Off the ropes. Kincaide with the elbow. the neck hard. Jacobs maybe in trouble. His head bounced hard off the mat. Not enough about him to keep going. And now, assuming Jacobs is telling the truth, and he did have a plan, he did agree this with the IPW management, it's pretty unfair, really. Well, this is unfair as well. He's got his feet on the ropes and Kincaide kicks out. But it's pretty unfair that he's known presumably for a long time that he's going to be facing Kincaide, and Kincaide wasn't given the courtesy of knowing who he'd be facing. Still, who am I to question the decision of IPW management? 2 count again by Jacobs. Wouldn't surprise me if Jacobs maybe blackmailed or threatened to pull out of the show if he wasn't given a title shot. This is the kind of guy we're dealing with. Got a long track record of doing things like that, as Jimmy Jacobs. Charges at Kincaide. Kincaide moves. The champion running in Siguri. Real agility from Leroy, the kind you wouldn't expect from a man of his size. And this is the kind of thing you wouldn't expect either. Kincaide is going to the top rope. I don't know what he's planning, but if he hits it, surely he'll still be the champion. Well, Jacobs has it scouted, and Jacobs with an arm drag. Spear by Kincaide. That's how he won the title, and that's how he retains it.
The undisputed British Heavyweight Champion, Leroy Kincaide!
Well, Jimmy Jacobs came over here to the United Kingdom with a plan to steal the IPW British Heavyweight Championship and take it back to the United States. Well, Jacobs, your plan failed because the champion is still Britain's own Leroy Kincaide. It has been a night where IPW has been invaded by outsiders. The Firm beat the Invaders at the Brawl at the Hall match. The Leaders beat Styx and Malin for the tag team titles, and Leroy Kincaide has beaten Jimmy Jacobs to remain the British Heavyweight Champion. From the Brawl at the Hall, this is Dave Bradshaw saying good night.